So, today I would like to show you a generator that I have bought from Max Speeding Rods. And the main reason I bought it is my old suitcase generator decided it no longer wanted to start. So I took it apart and still couldn't work out why it wouldn't start, and then I threw it away and bought this one because I've got a discount code for Max Speeding Rods. If you use my name, you get 10% off, so that was a bargain. That'll allow me to give you a brief rundown of this particular generator. This is their MXR3500, and it has a 3,500 watt peak and a 3,000 watt running. And so I've used it a few times now, and it absolutely is a generator and does generatory things. Fuel goes in here, and oil and other things goes in that side. There's a spark plug hole up the top here. You've got two 240 sockets. You've got a 12 volt plug. You've got even two USB charging ports there, and you've got two other connections for connecting it to another one of these generators, so you can double the output. So you have 7,000 watt peak and 6,000 watt running. Along the top is the reset for the breakers, the economy switch button on and off, and the three indicator lights for low oil, and then overload, and then a green just running and ready button. The economy switch on previous generators that I've had, when you turn the economy switch on, it runs it on low, and then once it detects a load, it ramps up to full power. I've noticed in this generator, it does it progressively. So if you turn it on, it'll sit on low, but I use the little heater I've got, and if I put it on 1 kilowatt, it raised the revs a bit to match it. Then if I put it on 2 kilowatt, then it raised the revs even higher to keep it going, same as when you brought it down. So it didn't just go straight to full power. So it does actually have like some sort of intelligent throttle, which I thought was a nice feature. And it's a suitcase generator. It's supposed to be quiet. Now, quiet just means it's quieter than an open frame generator. They're not quiet. It's not like it's stealthy. And if you're far enough away, you know it's running, but it's not intrusive. Right, in the box of doings that Max Speeding Rods gives you with the generator, there's a cigarette plug attached to jump leads that plug in there for charging a car battery. There's your typical spark plug and screwdriver tools, and you get this bundle of wires that lets you do the parallel connection, so when you join the two of them together. You also get a really nice cover for it, so you can put the cover over and have it when you're storing it. I thought that was a nice touch, actually, having it, because mine get a bit dusty sitting in the workshop and they're not doing anything. Oh, you also get this. These are handy. These are handy. You unscrew your oil plug, and you can screw this in, and then it lets you fill the oil up without spilling in it, because you've got that screwed in, and you can fill it up to the correct amount. They're handy for other things, because almost everything uses the same thread for filling up small engines. Now, as I say, oh wait a minute, I forgot to show you the all-in-one on-off button thing. So this is the engine stop switch and the fuel tap and the choke. So you turn it all the way around the choke, pull the start thing, bring it back to run, and then once you want to turn it off, you set it off, and it cuts the fuel and kills the engine. And it's the only bit that I don't like. Me personally would much rather have a fuel shut-off tap, because that's how I like to finish my engines when I'm finished running them, is just turn the fuel off and then let the carburetor run fully out of fuel. That way, the carburetor's empty, you're not getting any moisture, it's not going to turn to varnish or anything like that in the carburetor because it's empty. While this does have a fuel tap, I'm not entirely sure if it's turning the engine off first or if it's letting the carburetor run out first. And I haven't gone deep enough inside to have a look. Perhaps I'll do that in another video. We'll take it apart. But at the meantime, kind of need this to run as my emergency backup generator, so I'm not quite ready to take it apart just yet. Right, back to the parallel connections. Now, it would be really handy if someone's brother had also bought the same generator Ta-da! So we have two MXR 3.5s. So we can parallel them together using their parallel connections. I notice this one's got slightly different coloured things on it. It's a slightly different generation, but same overall things. So what I shall do is, well, start them and then join them together and see what that actually does. Okay, let's take them out. Open our bag of doings. Take out our parallel connection. Now, the only other generators I've seen with actual parallel connections are really, really expensive Honda ones. I have heard you can buy parallel boxes that take two outputs and make them into one box, but I have not actually seen it out in the wild. I have, however, seen Honda generators with this fancy paralleling feature. You plug that in there, that in there, and then that in there, that there, that there, and then we join our grounds up to so we do not have ground float. Wait, if only I had a spanner. Oh, I bet none of them fit that. Oh, that's the only thing they don't give you. It's like a 10mm spanner for that. Aww. So the only thing missing from that setup is a 10mm spanner. I'm not sure how critical this ground connection is, but we've got it. We might as well use it. So situations where paralleling might be handy. Well, if you and your brother or buddy have, well, you've bought the same generator and you need to go and, I don't know, do a job that requires 6 kilowatts of power. Let's just say my brother wanted me to bring my big welder and go and weld something heavy duty. This setup would then allow me to run my big welder outside of the workshop. Things like that. I don't know, other things that run a hot tub. You could run a big hot tub off two of these generators. Not electric start, these are just good old-fashioned pull starts. So, let me set that there. Set you to choke, set you to choke, and then we'll see how many pulls it takes for me to start these. Let me put the things on. They've both got fuel in them. I'm going to stand here and see if this starts. Okay. Let me just put that off first. Right, so I'm not sure how well that would come across in the video, but did you hear it ramping up the power as the heater went to full power? It didn't just jump straight up to maximum revs. It actually followed the curve of the power draw, because this heater doesn't just go straight to 2 kilowatts. It actually ramps up the draw on it. But hopefully you heard that, and that's them both running in parallel. Obviously you don't have to run them in parallel for 2 kilowatts, but I don't have any bigger loads out here with me at the moment. Well, as I say, one of these is mine, one of these is little brother's, and he can get it back now that I've used it. Hopefully it doesn't mind. Any comments, questions, anything like that, leave them down below and I'll try my very best to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.